You, the chosen one, may have faced injustices, betrayals, hurdles, and hardships head-on until now. But guess what? The tide is turning. Your opponents will stumble as though trapped in a dark storm, their carefully laid plans crumbling one by one in the brilliance of your light. Ahead of you lie brand new opportunities and the victories you've dreamed about for so long. Ask yourself this: in this very moment, when those who opposed you tremble helplessly, lose sleep at night, and can't escape the reckoning they've brought upon themselves, are you truly aware of how brightly your own power radiates? Finally, justice is singing on your stage, and that song perfectly matches the rhythm of your rise. Are you ready? Now's the time. Show yourself and everyone watching exactly what you're made of. The challenges you encountered this year have been extraordinary, testing every aspect of your being. Intense spiritual confrontations and calculated external pressures have sought to undermine your resolve. Betrayals arrived in forms sharper than you could have anticipated, and financial trials seemed insurmountable at times. Yet these experiences were not meaningless hardships. They were the fires forging a stronger, more resilient spirit within you. Every trial refined your determination and compelled you to draw strength from places you never imagined. Imagine a sculptor chiseling away at a rough block of stone, revealing a masterpiece beneath each strike. This is your journey. These adversities have not been signals of failure, but the very catalysts preparing you for an unparalleled season of success, clearing the path for blessings that will eclipse every obstacle and extinguish the schemes set against you. What once felt like an endless delay is now transforming into a moment of undeniable fulfillment. Long-awaited promises, hidden in the shadows of patience, are now springing forth with purpose. This isn't a season limited to the experienced or those deeply rooted. Even those just beginning their journey are being welcomed into a grand unfolding. No act of faith, no matter how small, has gone unnoticed. It has all contributed to this moment. The struggles and waiting you endured weren't signs of rejection, but rather the foundation for something extraordinary. Picture seeds buried deep, enduring seasons of stillness, only to break through the soil in their time, blooming in abundance. The persistence you've shown is about to overflow into the rewards you've long envisioned, proving that every moment of perseverance was worth the wait. The holiday season is a mirror, reflecting the deeper spiritual currents that shape lives. For those walking in alignment with truth and perseverance, this time carries a profound sense of renewal, joy, and the culmination of long-awaited transformations. Every warm gathering, every flicker of light, seems to echo the quiet but resolute fulfillment of promises unfolding in perfect timing. Meanwhile, for others, the same season brings an undeniable confrontation with the outcomes of their own actions. The brightness that fills one life casts shadows on another, revealing emptiness where illusions once stood. For those in harmony with purpose, this period marks a celebration overflowing with restoration, emotional healing, stability, and peace that radiates through every connection and endeavor. On the other side, those who sought to harm or manipulate find themselves caught in the aftermath of their choices. The balance of cause and effect is inescapable. Efforts born of malice return with compounding weight, while acts of kindness and persistence bloom into abundance. In this duality, the true nature of every seed sown is made clear, carving an unshakable path of clarity and transformation. For those who sought to undermine or harm others, this season brings the weight of every decision back upon their shoulders. It's not merely about individual triumphs or setbacks, but a vivid illustration of a broader truth. This period unveils a cosmic balance, where justice manifests in undeniable ways. Observers cannot ignore the contrast. The upliftment of those who stayed steadfast becomes a beacon of hope and a testament to unyielding integrity. Meanwhile, the collapse of those who acted in selfishness or deceit serves as a stark warning of the inevitability of consequences. No choice exists in isolation. Each action sends ripples that eventually return, highlighting the inescapable cycle of accountability that governs all paths. This holiday season stands as a pivotal moment, marking a clear shift in the course of events. Every warm smile, every melody of celebration, and every moment shared with loved ones speaks volumes about the battles endured, the unwavering hope maintained, and the promises that now begin to unfold. In stark contrast, for those who chose to walk a path of harm and deceit, the same season casts a shadow over their decisions, confronting them with the undeniable weight of their choices. The divide between light and darkness has never been more evident, creating a stark contrast that demands acknowledgement. This year, adversaries showed no restraint in their attempts to dismantle what was destined to thrive. Their actions were deliberate, unyielding, and rooted in misplaced pride. Some sought to weave webs of deception, aiming to disrupt peace and sow confusion. Others resorted to more calculated forms of sabotage, intent on derailing purpose and shaking foundations. Yet their arrogance mirrors the self-destructive stubbornness of those who believed they could defy forces greater than themselves, only to face the inevitable collapse brought about by their own hands. The outcome is set, and the reckoning is in motion. Though they witness the unfolding of blessings in your life, unimaginable successes, unexpected opportunities, and victories that defied logic, they chose defiance over humility. Consumed by jealousy and bitterness, they turned away from reflection and leaned further into their resentment. Their unwillingness to confront their actions became the foundation of their downfall. What they failed to grasp is that their misplaced pride and stubbornness were intricately woven into a greater plan, positioning them for their inevitable collapse. They unknowingly marched toward their own undoing, cloaked in the false assurance of invincibility. Now the cracks in their carefully constructed facades are becoming impossible to ignore, relationships unraveling, stability evaporating, and foundations shaking under the weight of their own choices. These aren't random misfortunes. They are the undeniable echoes of their own actions. Beyond the surface, the turmoil extends deeper. Restless nights, plagued by intrusive thoughts, growing unease, and the loss of control over their narratives are dismantling their illusions. For some, the forces they once relied on for manipulation and dominance are now demanding repayment, leaving them trapped in their own chaos. The shadows they embraced have enveloped them, robbing them of peace and leaving them exposed to the consequences they thought they could avoid. Their unraveling isn't just about loss, but a profound reckoning with the choices they made, each one now returning to them, amplified and undeniable. The essence of divine justice is rooted in restoration, not retaliation. This is not about crushing your adversaries, but demonstrating a higher purpose, to illuminate the unshakable protection that surrounds you. The obstacles you faced are transformed into symbols of triumph, a testament that no opposition can withstand divine intervention. As events unfold, stay grounded in trust, for justice requires no human interference. Witness the unfolding of a profound truth. Your endurance is rewarded, and no opposition can hinder the path set before you. This season has become a stark contrast of outcomes, a time of flourishing for some and unraveling for others. Those who worked against you find no peace in what they once envisioned as their moment of triumph. Instead, the very schemes they orchestrated are collapsing, leaving them trapped in chaos. The harm they intended has rebounded with relentless force, surrounding them in turmoil. Nights bring no rest, only haunting reflections of their missteps, while days are filled with unrelenting obstacles and unexpected failures. The forces they sought to control now dominate them, demanding a toll far greater than they anticipated. The fallout extends into every corner of their existence. Bonds they once considered unbreakable are dissolving. Financial stability is slipping through their hands, and physical well-being is deteriorating under the weight of their actions. Their reliance on secrecy has turned against them as hidden truths emerge, eroding the very foundation they built upon. What once gave them confidence is now their greatest vulnerability. This is not mere misfortune. It is the inevitable harvest of the seeds they sowed, now manifesting in a season of reckoning where escape is no longer possible. Dear brothers and sisters, the peace of God be with you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporary concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this gesture will come back to you 100-fold in abundance. The season has brought a reckoning that grows heavier with every passing moment, as those who reveled in wrongdoing find themselves caught in the web of their own making. Their actions, steeped in disregard for consequence, now return to them in unrelenting waves. Every step they took in malice has led them closer to their own undoing, and the snares they laid for others now entangle them. The price they face is not a random stroke of fate, but the inevitable outcome of the choices they embraced. Some will experience losses so profound they shatter the foundations of their existence, while others will confront the inescapable collapse of everything they once held dear. This descent is not fleeting. It marks the beginning of a prolonged journey through hardship, where every effort ends in futility. Every attempt to regain control slips further from reach. Their ambitions, once fueled by arrogance, now crumble under the weight of their consequences. As they linger in the shadows of despair, the stark contrast becomes undeniable. Their suffering amplifies the brilliance of the blessings that rise before them. This period signifies a monumental shift, separating light from darkness and serving as a living testament to the inevitable triumph of integrity over deceit. The time has come for renewal and abundance to flood into your life. What was unfairly taken will be returned in overflowing measure, far surpassing what you could have imagined. For some, this means finding places of safety and belonging, careers brimming with purpose and prosperity, and moments filled with lasting joy that seemed out of reach for so long. The burdens that once weighed you down are being lifted, and the bonds that sought to hold you back are breaking. For too long, you have endured the sting of being isolated, targeted, and misunderstood by those who sought to diminish your light. That chapter has ended. The scales are shifting, and those who worked against you will witness your rise, powerless to stop the ascent they tried so desperately to hinder. Their plans no longer define your path as you step into the inheritance meant for you. This season is more than material gain. It's about stepping fully into the destiny designed for you. New connections are forming, ones that will encourage, support, and celebrate your growth. Gone are the days of walking alone. You are finding a community of like-minded souls who value and uplift your calling. Every tear shed, every loss endured, and every hardship faced is being transformed into a foundation for something extraordinary. The struggles of the past are now being reframed as stepping stones to a future so radiant it eclipses the pain that came before. None of your efforts, heartache, or faithfulness has been in vain. Even those who once stood on the sidelines will begin to see and acknowledge the undeniable transformation unfolding before them. Your journey is evolving into a narrative of undeniable triumph, one that radiates strength and transformation. Those who once doubted your resolve, whispered about your challenges, or dismissed your potential will now witness a transformation so profound it demands their acknowledgement. The very people who overlooked your perseverance will be left questioning how you overcame trials that seemed insurmountable. Yet this elevation isn't solely for your recognition, it serves a higher purpose. Every milestone, every open door, and every victory highlights a greater force at work, showcasing a plan that transcends personal gain. You are being positioned not merely to enjoy these blessings, but to become a conduit of hope, encouragement, and inspiration to others. This is the moment to step boldly into the life designed for you, demonstrating through your actions and outcomes what resilience and grace can accomplish. As this season concludes, the divide between those who walked with integrity and those who thrived on malice becomes unmistakable. This shift signals the beginning of enduring abundance and the fulfillment of promises long awaited for those aligned with truth. Meanwhile, it marks the start of a painstaking unraveling for those who chose a path of deceit, as the weight of their choices unfolds with unrelenting clarity. For those who sought to hinder you, the days ahead will unfold as a slow disintegration of everything they once relied upon. Their carefully crafted facades will crumble piece by piece, leaving them entangled in their own web of regret and disillusionment. Their influence will fade, their strategies will backfire, and what they considered secure will erode beneath their feet. This unraveling is not an accident, but the inevitable consequence of their choices, a reckoning they worked tirelessly to evade but can no longer escape. Meanwhile, the chosen ones are stepping into a season where transformation is unmistakable. The long-awaited answers to prayers will arrive with ease, as though the very fabric of the universe is working in their favor. By the time this chapter closes, the shift will be undeniable, a new era marked by progress and fulfillment. This isn't merely a personal victory, it's a legacy being built. The breakthroughs achieved now will become the foundation upon which families, communities, and generations will flourish. Far beyond individual gain, this elevation speaks of a larger purpose. It positions you as a pioneer, shaping the narrative for those who look to you for inspiration. The victories you now experience will become a testament, compelling even the harshest critics to acknowledge the undeniable favor at work in your life. What once was doubted, ridiculed, or dismissed will now stand as proof of a power that cannot be stopped. As the season unfolds, the contrast between light and shadow will grow clearer, marking the beginning of a new chapter where justice prevails and a brighter path is illuminated. Unexpected resistance often cuts the deepest, and this year, much of it came from within, rather than from the outside world. The harshest critics were not strangers or adversaries, but those who professed to share your beliefs and values. Driven by envy, misunderstanding, and misplaced pride, they questioned your path, mocked your journey, and dismissed your purpose. This season, however, is bringing these hidden contradictions to light. Many of those who hastily condemned you did so without grasping the greater depth of your calling, clinging instead to outdated perspectives that failed to recognize the transformative work happening in your life. These actions echo the rigid mindsets of those more concerned with appearances and tradition than true progress. Just as misused authority in the past was met with correction, the systems and attitudes enabling such hypocrisy are now being dismantled. Their unwillingness to see beyond their narrow views has become a stumbling block to their own growth. Titles, influence, or outward accomplishments cannot compensate for an inability to embrace what is new and divine. Until they let go of their judgmental ways and learn humility, they will remain confined by their own limitations. The stagnation they face is not a lack of opportunity, but a refusal to accept the broader, more profound work unfolding through others. This moment brings a profound opportunity for those who are open to growth, offering them a chance to reflect and transform. The unfolding events in your life are not just a triumph for you, but a message for them, an invitation to release their pride and expand their understanding of what faith truly encompasses. It's not about humiliation, but the potential for deeper insight and renewal. However, for those unwilling to adapt, this season will become a stark illustration of how divine purpose transcends rigid interpretations. This is not a time for boasting or seeking revenge. It's a moment to embody grace, allowing the unfolding of your success to speak louder than any words. What is happening now is undeniable proof that the plans for your life cannot be halted by doubt, criticism, or opposition. Beyond exposing judgment, this season is about creating pathways for reconciliation and understanding for those prepared to embrace them. Those who choose humility and reflection will discover new avenues for spiritual growth and maturity, while others who cling to their resistance will watch from the sidelines as transformation takes place before them. Let your actions and achievements inspire a change of heart, even among those who once stood against you. This is your time to lead by example, demonstrating that even the hardest hearts can be softened by witnessing undeniable progress. Your journey has been marked by trials that tested your resolve, tears that seemed endless, and questions that felt unanswered. Yet, every challenge served a purpose. The moments when you felt like surrendering were the very moments where unseen progress was being made. You were never left to face it alone. Each step, no matter how small or painful, has been part of a process refining you, preparing you for a breakthrough that will outweigh every hardship you've endured. This is your moment to accept the fullness of who you are and what you're meant to accomplish. It was never about being flawless. It was your persistence, your unwavering commitment that set you apart. The very flaws and setbacks others use to diminish you are now the foundation of your strength, shaping a story no one else can replicate. As you move into a season of abundance, let humility be your guide. The victories you now celebrate are not just a reward, but a demonstration of a greater purpose unfolding through you. Take this time to reflect, to find joy in the present, and to prepare for even greater opportunities ahead. What lies before you is not the conclusion, but but the beginning of a plan far larger than you can envision. A path that will continue to unfold in extraordinary ways. This moment calls for connection and unity like never before. Across the world, those walking a similar path are celebrating triumphs that echo your own. This shared experience is forging a bond, a community that understands the depth of your journey and celebrates your victories without hesitation. Together, this global family stands stronger, offering support, encouragement, and inspiration to one another. Even in this season of joy, discernment is key. Not everyone will embrace your success, and not every door that opens is meant for you to walk through. Stay attuned to the guidance that brought you here, trusting the same faith that sustained you through challenges to lead you forward. Even when the way ahead feels uncertain, rely on the wisdom that has carried you to this point. The blessings unfolding now are not fleeting. They are laying the groundwork for a legacy that extends far beyond the present. These gifts are shaping a future of security and purpose, not only for you, but for generations to come. The homes, opportunities, and stability you are stepping into will stand as lasting symbols of faithfulness and obedience. This is the promise that all you have endured and all you have given will ripple outward, creating an inheritance that speaks to your steadfast commitment and trust. This time is not solely about the blessings flowing into your life. It's about the purpose they are positioning you for. You are being lifted, not merely to enjoy what you've earned, but to shine as a guiding light for others seeking hope amidst challenges. Your journey is becoming a living testament to the strength born from persistence and trust. Those observing your path will be inspired by the transformation they see, drawn to the same source of resilience that carried you through hardship into triumph. The struggles you once endured at the hands of adversaries now hold no power over your future. Their plans have crumbled, their influence has faded, and the weight they once wielded has been rendered powerless. While they face the outcomes of their choices, your forward momentum grows unstoppable, driven by a higher purpose. This season declares that no obstacle, no opposition can deter the fulfillment of what has been set in motion for your life. For those walking this path, it is a reminder to stay steady, as the challenges you've overcome have prepared you for what lies ahead. Each victory is not only proof of battles conquered, but a foundation for even greater accomplishments. Hold firmly to your faith, trusting that the work begun in you will flourish as you step boldly into the future with unwavering purpose. This season marks a pivotal moment in your story, one that will echo through time. In the years to come, you'll reflect on this as the turning point when everything began to align in your favor. It will stand as a defining chapter, a story you'll share to inspire others, a testament to the unfolding of justice and the perfection of divine timing. The transformation happening now is not fleeting. It's a vision of what lies ahead, a future overflowing with triumphs and unmistakable evidence of a higher purpose at work. The path before you is illuminated by opportunities and blessings that reaffirm the journey you've undertaken. This is your moment to step forward with boldness, carrying the assurance that what is yet to come far surpasses even the victories of today. Embrace this new chapter with certainty, knowing that the seeds you've sown in faith are producing a harvest of lasting significance, and the best is still waiting to unfold. This season is a profound moment of justice and renewal, marking a turning point where transformation takes center stage. The struggles you faced were not without meaning, and every tear shed carried the weight of purpose. Now is the time to rise above those challenges, stepping boldly into the blessings that have been waiting for you all along. This isn't just a moment of restitution. It's a testament to the fulfillment of promises that have been building since the beginning. As you move into this new chapter, embrace the truth that justice is not merely about retribution, but about protection, restoration, and the realization of a greater plan. While others grapple with the outcomes of their own decisions, you are walking into freedom and abundance, surrounded by the favor that was always meant to be yours. Let this season inspire you to remain steadfast, to celebrate your victories with humility, and to shine as a living example of what is possible when perseverance meets divine purpose. Share your journey with others, offering encouragement and hope, and keep your eyes set on the expansive opportunities yet to come. This is not an endpoint, but the beginning of something far greater, a journey where transformation leads to even more extraordinary heights.